Good stuff that Ralphine has brought for us.
Okay, now just go on record. Sorry, tell me.
No, move up there so you'll get a good picture.
Make something up, okay?
I will be nice today, but like I say, this is one of those days that, you know, as you don't get very many times in life you get to honor somebody for 45 years of service. So Brent's been around here a long time, and I know we talked about it at the city council the other night, but I think it's something to really think about, that how long 45 years are and how long the technology has changed. When Brent first started here, the department did not even have a bucket truck. Like I say, we had a ladder truck that was on a truck. You pull up and you climb the ladder to get up to. So you have gone from technology of climbing ladders to get up to the poles, up to the technology that we've got today. And like I say, so there's been a lot of changes. You know, when he got there, he didn't have to worry about carrying cell phones and pagers because they didn't have that kind of technology. But he's moved on, and this industry has changed, and Brent's been around for a long time. But he's been in this position for 32 years, which is pretty amazing. And like I say, somewhere I've got IPSA that's going to be here, but he's been involved in the organization, has gone through this.
I might be the kid.
That's a good place for you, But bottom line, as a department, we've been proud to have Brent, what he's done, and for the influence that he has done for a lot of people, us and in the other departments and through the state, and really through multiple states as you come back into it. And like I say, everywhere you go, there's people that he's had his fingers in, he's touched and been part of it. So I am proud to have been associated with Brent, and I hate to see him go. It's going to be a strange day when he walks out today, because for 45 years he's been showing up to this place, and for the 40 years I've been here, he's been here. So it's a tough situation to do. But with that, we have a couple things we'd like to share with Brent from both the city and the association. That is if I can find them all here. The first one is that there's a meter here that basically is a plaque that has been here.
That's cool. Wow. That is cool. So something about being here since 1920 or something. And that's neat, you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
The other thing is they put together a book, which is really kind of cool. It's got a lot of old people. But you know, to kind of show you the caliber, a lot of the pictures, Brent's been involved with the projects, but he was on the wrong side of the camera.
That's where I want to be.
So you're going to find there's not a lot of pictures, but like I say, we put this together for you here as kind of a remembrance, and it's just a small thing, but tried to hit a few of the things he's been involved with. You know, some of the projects he's been through, and as people realize, he said the other day, Bountiful's noted for our east winds. We have a lot of east winds, and they happen quite often, the snowstorms. But he's also been there, and he was down in Provo when they had their tornado. I know he was to Logan helping them when they had trouble. A lot of people come and helped us in 2011 when he was here. Like I say, we can't appreciate them enough. The floods of '83, we spent hours and hours working on when the system and the city was in trouble. So when you go through it, there was lots of major things that he's been involved in. Stories that we get talking, we're all going to remember. But bottom line, I want to say my appreciation from not just me, but from the city and the department and everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan.
But you haven't done it alone, so we have a small token for Nedra too. So thank you very much.
And you're right, Alan. I have not done it alone. And I'll get it together here in a minute. Just give me a second. But why are y'all so quiet? The positions that I've had in this department, you don't do it. You don't do it alone. I look out here and I see representation from almost every department in the city. And I'll get it. It'll come in a minute.
It's not my fault. I held it together this time.
But every department in the city's been a part of my career. Every one of you's been out there plowing roads, sending out billing letters, reading meters. It takes everybody to run a city. and we are public servants. And I've always been proud to be a public servant. I've been able to go out, in this community and do things for people, for the citizens, and I've got to do it with the city's money. I've got to be able to go out and do service to people, and it never cost me a dime out of my pocket. And I've always had great support from mayors and councils and power commissioners. And Paul, I can't look at you because I'll cry. But, there's just so many, and I could just start naming names, but I'd just leave everybody out. But it's to every department in this city. It's not just the power department, it's everybody. And you can't do it alone. I had a good man tell me when I got this job, he says, one of the hardest things you're going to have to overcome is learning how to do your job with other people, because you're used to doing everything yourself. And he's right. I'd still rather go pick up the shovel or get in the backhoe, or I'm not going to say I'd rather climb a pole, because I'll be honest with you, I never enjoyed climbing poles. I hated every minute of it, and I was fortunate enough I didn't have to keep doing it, because I'd have probably killed myself. That's all there is to it. But I've enjoyed the east winds, and some of the most memorable moments that I've had in my life are when Bountiful City is experiencing a disaster. I remember standing on 4th North with Jack Belling during the floods of 1983. And he was pretty sick and worried that he was going to get criticized because he didn't build the bridges big enough and the culverts big enough. And it's so cool to work with people that have that kind of care and respect for city communities. And that's what's been fun. And I'm going to miss it. And I got a lot of good friends here. This is my other boss that I'm pretty proud of. Some of you may not recognize him, but he was on the show Survivor, and he disappointed me on that show. But he's a great friend. I'm going to share a little story that involves him, and it has to do with the involvement and the progress of this industry that we work in. I got a phone call from him one day, and he said, I need some advice. My son's trying to get into the business that you're in, and I'm worried that he's going to kill himself. It's a pretty dangerous field. And my answer back to him was something to the effect that you don't need to worry about it. We have such great training, such great equipment, and if he'll just learn his job and do it right and do what he's supposed to, he'll have a great career, and he's doing wonderful at it, I may add. He's advancing very well. In fact, his team went back east to a rodeo, a lineman's rodeo, and I think they placed real high.
Really good.
Yeah, really good. So, and it's fun to be able to tell people that about our industry, because when I started in it, that wasn't the story. And the reason that we started the training program we did at Intermountain Power Superintendents Association is because we were killing people and we were hurting people. We were losing legs and arms, and Leon will remember when it started up. And we went from that time period to where to have a fatal accident in this industry is kind of unusual. And boy, it's been fun to be a part of that. It's been fun. But again, not alone. It takes everybody, including my wonderful wife and my kids. For 25 years, while I was on the fire department and the power department, I was never home. She raised the kids. She did it without me. And she's a pretty special woman. And I get in trouble with her a lot. And it's easy to get out of trouble. Normally I just go out to Hallmark and I buy some silly little stupid card and I go get a Hershey bar because Hershey bars are her weakness. I hand that to her and everything is good. It's all over with. And I decided to do something a little different to show my love and respect for her this time. I didn't buy the silly card. I didn't go get one of them. And I didn't buy her a Hershey bar this time either. But I did stick with the theme of chocolate. I got her just a little something that I hope she can remember this day with. And I hope that she can know that without her, I could not have done my job. Having said all of that, I know you're here for a sandwich and so thank you.
Just a minute, we got one more thing.
Okay, I'll make this quick. Brent talked about a little bit about IPSA, and Brent has been a leader in changing the training for linemen. And since 1984, Brent's been a huge part of the IPSA organization. And Brent, just on behalf of IPSA, would like to give you this.
Thank you,
And
Bruce.
thank you for everything that you've done.
Well, I'll tell you that. This is what it's all about, you guys. It's about training and camaraderie and fellowship and brotherhood. And I didn't speak enough about the wins in 2011. Some of you don't know this, but I woke up that morning somewhere around 2 o'clock and was out. We had one pole broke. The wind was blowing unusually hard, and about 5:30 in the morning I received a phone call from a couple of utilities in the state of Utah, and they wanted to know how we were doing and if we needed anything. And stupid me, another one of those mistakes you make, I said, well, you know what, right now we're doing pretty good, and when the sun comes up over the mountain, maybe things will settle down a little bit and we'll get through this. But within about 45 minutes of making that comment, we lost our entire system into this city. We lost every feed that we had, and through the good fortune of politicians and good managers and employees, we have 3 redundant systems that we can get power to our system. But we lost it all, and it was overwhelming. But the overwhelming part was by about 11 o'clock that morning, we had so many crews from outside entities throughout the state of Utah and Idaho and in Nevada that were here with trucks, men, equipment, material, and we had a challenge to put it back together. And without the mutual aid agreements that we have with IPSA and without the training that we trained, we may still have customers out if we wouldn't have had all those people here, but it was such a rewarding time of my career to see all of the training that we'd worked so hard to do actually work and do what it was meant to be. And Bruce is the president of IPSA now, and he's doing a wonderful job, and they are a big part of my life, and I appreciate all that you've done for me. Thank you.
Well, we'll see you in March.
We'll be there.
Because you have a speech to give.
March 1st, and I will not be speaking.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming. I'll get out of the way. We'll